Alrighty, tubers. Got an old Suzuki here today. It's old 250cc two-stroke. Got the old style pipe there. I grew up on old bikes like this, but as you can see, the throttle's stuck right now. That would be the carburetor itself. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's just an older bike. I had my friend just bring it down to me. It's locked up. I'll throw you on the stand here real quick. I'll show you what's up. So we got a compression lockout, or not a compression lockout, but a compression release. And you push that down, push the clutch down. You got nothing at all. Not even if you stand up on it, it just doesn't move, won't budge. So obviously it's seized up, it's locked up. For what reason, I'm not sure yet. Whether the bottom end has been run with that oil, or I'm trying to find neutral here. I think I only just found fifth. I'll leave it open fifth. Let's see, let me make sure that's fifth. I think that's fifth. Feels like it anyways. But either the case was run with that oil in it, or the engine was run with that oil in it, because this case holds oil as well as actually uses two-stroke oil. But we're going to just do a quick, I'm going to pull this spark plug out here. And I'm going to dump some Marvel Mystery Oil in it. Let's see, where did my Marvel Mystery Oil go? Alright, I found it. Some Marvel. Already loosened up the spark plug. It's a warm day today. It's about 100 degrees. It's toasty. And I'm wearing black pants, which doesn't help. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to turn it over again. As you can see, there's oil on the spark plug, which is promising. It smells like oil. So I don't think it was locked up. So it still doesn't turn over. We're going to go ahead and spill some of this Marvel in here. I'm going to put it right into the cylinder head. That's just going to help us soak those piston rings. I'm also going to put a little on this compression release and just kind of lube it up real good as it spills oil all over the ground. I'm just going to put the spark plug in, kind of loosely, just a few turns. And I'm going to tilt the bike upwards, so because the oil is probably sitting lower on the front of the rings, or on the front of the piston. I'm going to go ahead and tilt it backwards and get the oil back a little ways, and then we're going to just try to unlock it. If I can pick the bike up. These old two-strokes are heavy. I'm gonna leave it there for a little bit. I'm going to let that cylinder soak, and then I'm gonna come back to it here in a second and roll it down the hill and see if we can get this engine to turn over. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the camera off. I'm gonna check the crankcase, make sure it's got oil in it. Probably just gonna pull the drain plug for now. Not for now, I'm just gonna pull it to see if any oil comes out of it. Probably throw a little Marvel in there or something like that. or figure out what kind of oil these take and change the oil out. That is, if I can get it to turn over. I'm not going to change the oil until I get it to turn over, so I'm not going to start it, though. For those of you who are worrying, I'm not going to turn it over until I get, or I'm not going to start it until I get the oil changed in it, because two-strokes are rather picky that way. So I'll give it maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. I'm gonna leave it out here in this hot sun, maybe warm the engine up a little bit, help it loosen up that way, maybe. I don't know. See you in a bit, tubers. Alrighty, it's been sitting for quite a while now. I got to go inside and take a nice cool break. I'm gonna pull you back here in the shade a little bit so I can see the screen. I'm going to try the old down the hill trick. I'm going to pull the clutch. I've got it in 5th. This is the best gear. It's the easiest to turn the engine over when it's stuck. 5th. 1st is good to go up a hill, but it doesn't have good turnover power for the engine. Yes, 5th will turn over slower, but it's got more, torque on the engine. So I'm gonna pull the clutch. Gonna go down the hill, lean back as hard as I can on that back wheel, and drop the clutch a few times, see if I can get the engine to loosen up. It's an old trick, but it usually works. I do like these tires on this. If my camera dies, I do apologize. I know the battery's getting low. And sometimes it'll tell me it's low until, half an hour later. It finally dies. So, alright, let's see if we can get this turned over. First try failed. I'm going to push on the Kickstarter while I'm going down the hill, see if that helps. A little extra, Obviously another fail. It's not getting any better. It's not loosening up at all. Might be just really stuck there. Alrighty, tubers. Hopefully my battery doesn't die, like I said before. I opened this casing up. Actually pulled this part off first and then this part because there's JB weld here, and I was wondering if they somehow didn't do it right and JB welded it to the engine or to the crankshaft. But I went ahead and put a ratchet on here to try to turn it over by hand, and I started hitting it and got it to move a little. So I can actually. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go back the other way. I'm just gonna go back and forth here. Just gonna keep going back and forth until I get something. It sounds like a broken piston ring. Kind of. I'm not sure if I'm just mistaken or what. I got a full crank and it just doesn't sound good. Oh, look at that. I guess blood's good for ratings, huh? I don't know how that happened. Got a full crank out of it. Really choppy though. Yeah, starting to loosen up actually. Those piston rings sound shot though. They're squeaking in there. Let me go take care of this cut. Wonderful, yummy. Alrighty, so it's been soaking a little bit more. I'm kind of hoping for the best for this engine. Those piston rings don't sound all too healthy, but let's go ahead. I'm going to pull this, see if I can pull this carburetor apart and off. I'm going to, if I can get this top off. That's all dirty. I'm going to pour some Marvel Mystery Oil down into the carburetor, and then turn the engine over some more by foot. I'm going to tilt it up real quick to get the Marvel into that cylinder. I'm going to turn it over really fast and see if I can get it to turn over a little more. I'm going to decompress it. Yeah, it does sound better. Even under full compression, it sounds good. Oh heck. Get some of that Marvel sucked into that cylinder. That sounded really good. Sounding promising. See what that sounds like now. Doesn't sound bad at all. There's a peanut. Odd. Make sure you're still in frame here. Oh yeah. Probably tilt you down a little more. Piston rings sound absolutely not bad at all anymore. The bearing sounds rough in there, but might also help after if I get it to start and run. That might go away. I know the case has oil in it, so I know that's good. Actually, the case oil looks brand new. So I'm not going to really worry about that just yet. Until I either get it to run or whatnot. Told you I wasn't going to start it until I changed the oil, but the oil in there looks brand new. Yeah, it might be really old, but as long as I don't ask a ton of the engine, I think that'll be fine until I get around to getting some oil for it. So my friend's really, I think, expecting this not to run. So I think I can get it to run though. I don't think it'll be too hard. Pull that off. I'm gonna pull this carburetor off now, because that's the next thing to be cleaned. And then we can go ahead and try to start it after I get the nasty gas out of it. I was draining it a little bit, and it's just gross stuff there. I need to move some of this crap. There's a gas tank I actually use. I might be able to just plug this Snow King snowblower gas tank into the system for just a startup, just to see if it runs. And then if it does, I can go from there and clean the tank out. The tank looks like it rusted a while back. pretty badly, and somebody sealed it. There was a bunch of sealer in there. So it looks like they cleaned the tank out, took out as much rust as they could, and then sealed it up. So saved us a good tank. That kitty's coming to say hello. Hello, Oliver. How are you? Hi, dude. He likes to come around whenever I'm working on something. Yep. So obviously all that marble went into that cylinder, which is good. You can actually peer into this cylinder now to see what the piston rings look like. Ooh, I am seeing some scoring. It's pretty heavy scoring. But everything else looks okay. The back cylinder looks alright. Closest to the exhaust. It's not heavy scoring, it's light scoring. A lot of light scoring all around this side. But the still got good compression. It's enough to kick back. If you roll it like that and it kicks back, it's pretty good compression. Can't remember who taught me that a long while back, but somebody did. That's one way to just do a really simple test. If you do that and it doesn't kick back, like it should have enough when you spin it to kick back all the way to the other side, and it is. So, these are Mutter fenders. It says Mutter right here. Probably an old company, old replacement part company. Some of you old timers may know what Mutter is. Although, unless, you know, they're still making fenders. Pulling this carburetor apart now. See what it looks like on the inside. I know this needle needs to be cleaned. It's not too bad though. And I need to purge the tank and get all that old fuel out of there. I'd love to buy this from him. See if he wants to sell it. Haven't had too much luck with Suzuki's in my past, but never had an old Suzuki. Oh, I've had one or two newer Suzuki's. An 80, like an 84 125 four-wheeler that just was junk. It was probably neglected. Woo! Look at that. Nothing but powder. Wow. Huh. It smells like old gas. Powdered gas, anyone? See, obviously, the fuel that's in the tank is newer than what's in this carburetor. Make sure the camera's still rolling here. Oh yeah. The gas tank in the tank is obviously newer than this, and whoever decided to get this thing going never took a look inside the carburetor. Just spraying some Walmart brand Super Tech carburetor cleaner, which I found is some of the best stuff actually. I've used brand name, you know, gunk and different things like this. This one will peel paint. In fact, it's so strong. I've just always had good luck with it, other than accidentally peeling paint on crap, which is very frustrating at times. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get through this carburetor. and see what I can do about getting it cleaned out. I'll definitely have to get some. Sorry, my cow was jumping behind me. Definitely have to get some carburetor treatment, something like maybe I might throw some seafoam into this. I might put some Startron in it, I'm not sure yet, I haven't decided. I've got some new fuel. It's actually fuel I use for my snowmobile. It's really heavy mix, so I know at least it'll be probably too heavy or the right mix for this engine. I wouldn't want to be too light, especially starting it off for the first time in a lot of years. It needs a really heavy mix. So I'm going to get that jet unplugged. I'm going to go through this carburetor, get it as clean as I can. I'll show you before I reassemble it. And then we're going to slap it back on here and hope for the best. I might even purge this tank before and use the tank to start it. I might use this tank as well. Like I said, it's a Snow King powered by Tecumseh. Tecumseh. Alright. Well, tubers, I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to get that carburetor cleaned out, like I said 1,000 times. See you in a minute. Alright. We're getting close. I did just get the carburetor all cleaned out. As you can see, fuel is going in. Just check it, make sure it doesn't overflow. That carburetor's pretty bad. I cleaned it the best I could. There was still white stuff after I was done though. Still filling. Hopefully it's not overfilling. Should be slowing down. It is a pretty big carburetor though. Oh, it's overfilling. Yep, it's definitely overfilling. So we can go ahead and shut that line off. I'm going to tap on it, see if I can get it to work. And that did the trick. No more leaking. I'll have to keep this with me so while I'm letting it run for a little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and choke it. I'm going to keep this wrench in my pocket. See if we can get it to start. It's got a heavy dose of seafoam and Marvel Mystery Oil in the actual carburetor. And then I put some seafoam in the tank to help out. I washed the tank out, not with soap and water, just with some fuel. Emptied out the old fuel, put some new fuel in, and then emptied that out. And this, when I emptied it the second time with the new fuel in it coming out, it was pretty clean. So I wasn't going to do it a third time. Let's see if we can get this puppy to start. It might help if we put the spark plug back on. Yeah, that's what I thought. The carburetor stuck wide open. I have ethanol-free fuel in here, 88 octane. Come on. Stuck again. I think once I get it running, that might not stick as bad, especially after I run it for a minute. But I need to keep in mind that that sticks. I also got to figure out the kill switch. I'll probably just use that as a kill switch, the compression release. Either that or it's going to make the compression go down enough to where it won't rev. I think that's down far enough. If all else fails, if it starts revving out of control, I can always stick my hand back here and shut it off. It is sitting in neutral to make sure the camera's still rolling, so we get this on footage first start in probably 30 plus years. It's a 74 or 70 if I did the research correctly. Let's see what we get. Shut this fuel off and use a little bit of carb cleaner.